Welcome back at 8:46. Well, we all know the song says this is the most wonderful time of the year, right? But for many of us, the holiday season can also trigger or intensify feelings of grief for a loved one that was lost. Dora Carpenter is a certified grief coach, and she says it's normal to feel a bit down as the holiday season approaches, but you need to face what you are feeling instead of trying to bury it. Her latest book is From Grief to Gratitude in 21 Days, the Holiday Grief Journal, and we're so happy that you're here today. You shared this book with me, you sent it in, and all I had to do was take it into our morning meeting, and people said, yes, folks need to hear this if they're hurting. You tell me, though, what typically happens this time of year for someone who's lost, say, a mom, dad, close friend, husband, what have you?
Actually, Allison, what happens is anytime there's a loss of a loved one, there's an emptiness. So on special days such as Memorial Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anniversaries, that hurt is always intensified. But during the holiday season, it's greatly intensified and can be overwhelming because, as you said, that's the time of the year that's supposed to be happy and jolly.
Right.
Most wonderful time of the year. So when your hopes, dreams, and expectations for that holiday season have been threatened, then you can go into a series of different emotions.
What do we do commonly that is wrong? What is the absolute wrong behavior that you see?
The worst thing that can happen is we go into isolation and denial. Two of the more common emotions of grief that we go into are guilt and regret. Sometimes there's anger and sometimes there's envy because one who feels that they should be jolly, they should be happy, but they can't because they've lost a loved one, may be envious of others as they see. The sights, the sounds, the smells of all the holiday season will trigger that. So we turn inward, and inward can be counterproductive to the grief process.
How instead can we join in without being phony to ourselves?
Well, being phony it's funny that you say that because oftentimes people will earn an Academy Award for just pretending that they're okay. But there are 3 steps that I usually say one should take. First step is to acknowledge that your hopes, dreams, and expectations have been shattered. And then the second step is to take some action. You have to take action to move forward. I always use the flat tire scenario because if you're driving somewhere and you have a flat tire, you have 2 options. One is you can stay stuck and never reach your destination, or 2, you can change the flat tire, or in my case, call AAA to change the flat tire.
Get some help.
Yes.
Get some help.
And move forward to your destination.
Okay.
So it's the same way with grief during the holidays. We say get support, get action, and then during the 21-day Grief to Gratitude Challenge, we'll have 21 days of action steps to help people move from grief to gratitude, from pain to peace, and from heartbreak to happiness.
Might take some hard work. You've made it kind of easy or easier with your book, right? I noticed in the back there's lots of, it's really a journal in the back. My Holiday Grief Journal, day 16, day 17 notes. And then, of course, in the beginning, is it a how-to in the beginning? How to journal, what steps you should be taking? Tell us about the book.
Absolutely. There are actually over 20 suggested activities that one can take during the holidays. Say, for instance, if you usually decorate the whole house, maybe just decorate a room. If that's too much for you, decorate a corner. If that's too much for you, decorate a table. If that's too much, just light a memorial candle. Another activity is have a cry party. Just take 1 hour, as long as the cry party is not extended. Take an hour, take your favorite holiday song that reminds you of your loved one, take a candle or whatever works for you, go to your room and have a cry party. But there are over 30 different suggested activities in the booklet to help you during the holiday season.
I like that very much. I think the first thing is, you know, just like I like what you said, acknowledging that there is an issue. I must say, and I won't feel guilty about it, but I've only had happy things associated with the holidays, but very sympathetic and empathetic, I should say, to those who might have a different experience. So, you know, thank you so much for coming in. Where can people get this book?
They can get that on Amazon.com.
Okay, and again, this is Dora Carpenter. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Dora is a certified grief coach and author of this book as well, From Grief to Gratitude in 21 Days. A take-home message, though: start doing the work, right?
Yes, it takes
you can
work.
get over it.
Well, yeah, you can get over it. And my mantra, my slogan is, everything in life is temporary, including life itself. So decide to say yes to the gift of now.
Okay.
Because we have an obligation to live our lives for the rest of our lives.
You don't have to forget
So
that you can move on.
Don't forget, but
All right.
move on and make it meaningful.
Dora Carpenter, thanks so much for being here. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you.